Hello! It's me again, if you could believe it. I've been pretty inactive for several months now, except the few random videos I post and the release video of GM_recollection here, as you can see in the background. One of the finest maps, in my opinion, that I've made. But anyways, what am I here to talk about? Well, obviously it's something important, because I made a video. And it's about the one thing where that music box comes from. The Lambda players. Now, for context, for those who didn't even watch the code burnout video, I don't know if I even, whatever. After the extended development period of Zeta players, and the fact that I jumped straight into a rewrite of the Zeta players, which now we know as the Lambda players today, I started to get really burnt out, and it came to a point to where I finally caved in, and, well, safe to say, stopped, touching Gmod add-ons, and started to slowly not touch Gmod as well for a very long time, probably half a year or so. Or maybe more. I don't know. I don't even remember the last time. Actually, I have the metrics in front of me. Actually, a year. Pretty much a year now. Wow. Okay. Well, that's just depressing. But anyways, I'm here in Gmod, sitting next to a shotgun, sitting next to, listening to epic music on the music box, next to weather stuff. Gmod at its finest, I'll have to say. Anyways, I have been playing with the Lambda players for I don't know when I started, but when I started playing with the Lambda players, I was having a grand old time like I used to. And it was great. And it came to the point to where I started picking up Visual Studio Code and started coding things. Like adding things I thought was missing, fixing things that bothered me, and all that goodies. Good stuff. And hang on, let me just there you go. You can see the recent activity I've had, which I guess, yeah, it picked up. What would that be? I don't know. That graph is not very helpful for determining the date, but you can see I've been fairly active, 66 commits, which is a lot of updates to the GitHub branch of Lambda players, which you can look at yourself, if you want to at least. You just have to go to the GitHub page and see what's being changed. So what has been changing? Well, first off, for at least the Lambda players side of things, I originally created a different branch that was originally freaking English, called side main, and it was essentially a branch to prepare a merge of your mash's fork of Lambda players and, well, merge it with the main branch. And the side main also contained many changes, additions, and stuff that I've made myself. And as of recently, I have merged side main with the main branch. So, side main is pretty much useless at this point, but there's been many things that I've changed thus far. I mean, let's see. Let me think. I mean, there was one feature that I wanted that was from the Zetas, which was show profile pictures when you hover over them. I wanted that because, well, we gave them profile pictures, so why don't we just see them more? After all, it'd be a rather big waste if we just didn't look at their profile pictures at all, and if it was locked behind the tab menu all the time or the scoreboard. That's boring. I'm experimenting with new features, like such as file sharing, where people that don't have your profile pictures or voice lines will have the server send them to them, and they'll be able to see the profile pictures and hear the custom voice lines you have on your local device without the need of a add-on. And it works, that's for sure. It's way more stable than I thought it would be, but there is occasional lag spikes because, well, that's just how networking is. But it works. And if you don't mind lag spikes like that, that's a feature you can turn on. That's for sure. It was just, I could go on with quite a few stuff that I changed and added, but the add-on itself has a full changelog and version number system thing, so you can always see the changelogs there. And speaking of which, what was I gonna say? The add-on on GitHub will at some point be dang it, don't lose train of thought. Gosh dang it. The workshop, the workshop add-on of the official add-on will at some point be updated with the version that's currently on GitHub right now. I'm just gonna give it some time before I do that. But there's that. Now you probably remember that one trailer video I made, which was Crackdown 2. If you can even remember it, at least. I mean, it's been a while since, you know, I've even mentioned it, ever since I dropped that trailer, and, well, didn't really elaborate any further what was going on with that. And, well, I will say I've been playing quite a bit of Crackdown 2 there, and it's a very fun game mode, that's for sure. And I'm pretty sad that I dropped it and didn't push it any further. But since I've been playing it, that also means naturally I've been doing changes and fixes, mainly just overhauling code because, well, you know, I'm a much more experienced programmer now coming out of college with Python, so I have a better idea of, like, you know, code practices and just more experience with code, which means I've been figuring out performance problems in Crackdown 2, which have been translated to the lambdas, mind you. The lambdas have been, their performance has increased considerably after I figured out some problems with Crackdown 2. So, it goes hand in hand there. It's a win-win right there. I do something with Crackdown 2, well, the lambdas got something in return as well. So, hopefully, I'll be able to get Crackdown 2 released at some point, because it's a gem. Crackdown 2, it's been my childhood, and it's been my Gary's mod back in the Xbox 360 days, and the time when I didn't even have a desktop computer. Which my first desktop computer would be a crappy old Dell with, like, what was it, 3 gigabytes of RAM or something? I don't know, it wasn't much at all, but I did enjoy it dearly. But anyways, at some point, hopefully, I'll get Crackdown 2 released, and everybody will be able to enjoy the gem that Crackdown 2 is. You know, on the topic of game modes, there is this one other game mode that I was developing at one point that was totally not announced to the public, other than the people that were in the Zeta Player Discord, or what's known as the player's domain right now. But this game mode is it's called Resurrection, which was essentially a Call of Duty Black Ops, specifically 1's zombies game mode, which I'm sure everyone knows about. It's an iconic game mode of Black Ops, and it's just an incredible mode. Resurrection was aimed to just pretty much, you know, recreate that experience, sort of, but in Gmod. Much like how Crackdown 2 is supposed to be, you know, Crackdown 2 in Gmod. But this is what Resurrection was, essentially. And, well, it worked pretty good. But, like Crackdown 2, I just ended up dropping it like everything else. And it's been sitting just to collect dust. Which is sad, because Resurrection, as well, is a very fun game mode. And those other players that you saw were actually bots using the rewritten Glaze base, which is the base for creating fake players. Or fake clients. Which can be used to add bots to game modes. So, maybe at some point I'll pick that back up as well. Maybe after Crackdown 2. Who knows what happens. I may be getting too ambitious here. But this is why I'm going to be taking my steps fairly slowly and pacing myself to ensure that I don't burn out again or just bog myself down once again. Because that would be really unfortunate if I just suddenly just, you know, come back and then all of a sudden just bog myself down already and be gone for another, like, 50 years. So yeah, that's pretty much the news I got for you right now. So I guess you can expect a little bit more from me from now on, maybe? I don't know, probably until college comes around again this fall. That's gonna be fun, that's for sure. But, anywho, like I said, I'm gonna be pacing myself with the stuff I do. But, you know, at this rate that I'm currently going, you know, my motivation has been great enough to where I've been doing a lot of things, so we'll see. You know, I'm powered by inspiration and motivation, of course. Everyone's powered by motivation. That's a dumb thing to say. Anyways, I've been very motivated to do things, so that's great. That's awesome, and great. That's pretty much all I have to say so far. You're pretty much up to speed on what's going on, really, and what's going on with me. After all, I have been gone for a long while, and I'm sure people were probably wondering what's going on with me. Or not, because I'm some random person on the internet making random add-ons on the game called Gary's Mod. Which is probably Rubat's mod at this point, because Rubat's the only developer here. That's a different topic that I'm not gonna get into. That's all I got. See ya.